The Feast of the Baptism of the Lord always begins National Vocation Awareness Week in the Church, and certainly a good reminder to all of us to pray for vocations and to invite individuals to pursue a church vocation. Each of us at baptism becomes a disciple of Jesus, and as such we are called to share the good news. And so at every age, the Christian should always ask themselves, what is God asking me to do at this point? As a parent, a neighbor, an employee, or wherever we find ourselves in life, we can see if there are ways that we can witness to our faith and to proclaim the good news of Jesus Christ in fulfilling our full vocation as a disciple. As this Vocation Awareness Week is observed, however, I think there's a special invitation to call people to priesthood and consecrated life. We're all aware that the number of priests and sisters and brothers in our country is not what it once was. And so often we hear the lament that children don't have the same opportunity to experience a sister in school, or to meet one ministering in a hospital, or to meet a priest in the parish. Parents and grandparents, you probably ask your child or your grandchild what he or she is thinking about becoming. Do you ask them if they've ever considered a church vocation? Do you pray for these vocations in the church with young people, showing that you value them? Do you share how individual sisters or priests touched your life? Maybe do you use opportunities if you pass a seminary or a sister's mother house to ask children if they know what those buildings are for? And do you correct the false or sometimes ridiculous images that the media will often present about sisters and priests? There's a natural concern in our church of how our institutions will be staffed and how the sacraments will be offered when the growing number of Catholics is there, and if these trends of fewer church vocations continue. For so much of our faith life is certainly based around our life in parishes, about getting religious education, and with receiving the sacraments. We all have a stake in recruiting vocations for our church. Now, positively, there are many fine young women and men who are responding to vocations, and they know what they are about in life, and they are responding as people of faith. Meeting them is always encouraging and hopeful, and certainly reduces some of that stress we might feel if there will be people there to serve. There's also the reality that in surveys, priests and sisters always show above average satisfaction with the work they do, or I should say with the ministry that they perform. Church ministry is generally with people of faith. It's often at special and sometimes critical moments in the person's life. So it really is a privilege to be the face of the church at those moments. We know Jesus said the harvest is great, but the laborers are few, and that we should pray for laborers. So maybe all of this is to be expected. But let's remember, Jesus said, pray. So please pray, especially this coming week, for those who are in church ministry and for those who might consider it. This is Father Donald at St. Clement Church of Rosedale, wishing you the Lord's peace.